Hello, everybody, and welcome to A Date in the Park. This is a free-to-play indie game on Steam. Anybody can play this who has a Steam account free of charge. It takes about 30 minutes to complete. It has some easy achievements, and so I thought it would be really fun just to do this whole game all in one sitting, since it doesn't take very long to complete, and maybe some of you will want to give this a try on your own. This is a point and click game, so it's rather minimalistic. There's not a whole lot that we have to do. And I'm going to try and show everything off that there is to sort of show off in this very, very short little game. So let's go ahead and get started. And there's no voice acting in this game, so I'm going to have to read most of this dialogue. I can't believe I've only been in Lisbon for a week, and I've already met the most beautiful woman in this city. Katarina is her name. I met her in a bar last week, and we talked for hours. She was absolutely enchanting. The last thing she said as she hopped into the taxi was, "Meet me tomorrow at this location by the duck pond at 12 p.m. I have no idea how to pronounce that, so I'm not even going to try. And, well, here I am. I'm on time, so hopefully she's in there somewhere." And then this is just some tutorial. We can use the mouse buttons to interact and to use things. And then we can move the cursor on the top of the screen in order to access our inventory. So, this is a pretty simplistic game, like I said. So the first thing you're going to want to do if you're wanting to get all the achievements in this game is to go up to your inventory and to have a look at the Polaroid. It's a Polaroid photo that Katarina took of the both of us at the bar last night. Boy, she's beautiful, all right. So as soon as you view that, you should get an achievement. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to right-click our wallet. You can examine it. A few bank cards in here, some euros, and old receipts. And if you left-click it, you can take it out of the inventory and you can use it on the window on the right. Here's the entrance fee. Thank you. And of course, I don't understand the language that they're speaking, and I don't think that he understands either. So both of us, I think, need to brush up on our Portuguese. He's given me a map of the park. Alright. So we can go ahead and just put our wallet away. We don't need it anymore. And the map isn't a necessity. You don't need it, but it does sort of help a little bit. And it looks like it's hand-drawn by looking at it. It's a pretty sad-looking map. So we're supposed to meet Katarina by the duck pond, and it's kind of hard to tell what is what on this map, but there is actually two ponds. There's like I think this is a small one right here, and then there's a larger one right over here. So let's go ahead and have a look around for our date. The park stretches off in two directions. I can instantly see why Katarina loves this place so much. It's beautiful. The sun is shining, the birds are singing, and I've got a date to meet. I've never been what you call lucky in love. I left behind a string of failed relationships back in London. I guess I've just never met someone who truly clicked with me. I know it's way too early to say, but I have a feeling that Katarina really does seem different to the others. I mean, I'd only just met her, and there we were, discussing our most private of thoughts with each other. Is it normal to open up so quickly to someone? I just felt so comfortable. I'd never discussed the death of my parents last year with anyone until last night. It just seemed natural, and she oozed genuine compassion. I deserve a break. That's what she said to me over and over again, with a very reassuring flash of her beautiful smile. I just can't wait to see her again. Aw, this guy seems sweet. Anyways, focus. Let's find this duck pond. So, sort of a love at first sight sort of situation here. So hopefully this is all going to pan out for our friend. There's a few things on this screen that you can examine if you want to, like the fountain, the bench, the donation box, and this is all just flavor text if you really want to have a look at what is around in the park. To the left I can see some sort of pond, and the park stretches further to the north. So we have a bunch of different branching paths that we can take. We're going to go to the right first. And you can see that there's a structure in the distance. And you can right-click on this statue to examine it. It's an impressive and rather old-looking statue of a male Roman god. A small plaque at its base seems to suggest his name is Sancus. He has a heroic, though slightly smug expression. So there are 3 statues in the park, and examining them all will net you an achievement. There's a gate up here. The gate is locked with several massive padlocks. Beyond it is a tiny staircase which spirals down the outer wall of the park. It's probably a 20-meter drop to the bottom. Lisbon is one hilly city. So there's actually no way to exit the park except for the front entrance. But we can't leave. We haven't even met our date yet. We just got here. We don't want to give up just yet. So let's go the other way first. Let's go ahead and head to the left instead of the right. And you can see here that we found one of the ponds. Is this a duck pond? It looks like it. I see some ducks. Looks like a father and his duckling. Well, that confirms it. It's a duck pond, all right. I wonder where she is. I think she even said something about a bench beside the pond. Or am I making that up? My memory is hazy. There's another pond on the map to the north. Maybe I should check that out. The duckling seems to be having trouble getting over the curb of the pond. Alright, well, let's help it. In you go, buddy. See you later. And off they go. Hopefully that gives me some good karma, reuniting mother and child. I don't know my animals terribly well, but I'm fairly positive that's a male duck, because they're always sort of the prettier ones of the bunch. I do believe you have to have the scene with the duck in order to make story progress. So we're just going to sort of backtrack a little bit here through this area once again, but we're going to go to the exit on the left-hand side of the screen. And we get to another junction. The sound of the birds chirping away in the trees is very peaceful. I'm loving this place. Oh, well, that's good. There is a phone box to the right, but we can't really do anything with that yet. So let's go ahead and go to the left first. And there's a big sculpture here we can look at if we want, but again, just flavor text, nothing important about it. And we can head to the left once again. And we have this nice little picnic area. I think I can see water up ahead. So we're going to go ahead and walk down the steps and exit to the left. Ah, a human life form. I was beginning to wonder if I was alone in this place. Katarina's not here either, though, and I can't see any ducks. I guess she meant the other one? So this is the gardener who is staring off into the bushes. There doesn't seem to be anything over there, lost in his thoughts, perhaps. So let's go ahead and talk to him. Hi there. And of course he does not speak English, so that's not very helpful for us. I'm looking, my friend. I think that he's supposed to say, I'm looking for my friend. I wonder if you might have seen her. I think that means no English. I'm afraid my Portuguese is nothing to write home about either. And of course he's pointing over there, but we can't understand what he's trying to tell us, so it doesn't really help us a lot, unfortunately. I'm afraid I don't understand, but thank you for your time. He seems distracted by something in the bushes. I really do need to start learning Portuguese. The phrase book will arrive in a couple of days. I ordered one online. It can't come soon enough, really. I'm just thankful Katarina speaks perfect English. It's strange living in a country where you don't even speak the language. Strange. It just doesn't feel like you're truly there. Who knows what sorts of hilarious conversations I could be having right now with this gardener if only I could pull a finger and get learning. So there's really nothing we can do on this screen right now, but we will be back. So we'll have to leave. I guess, like you said, it's a good thing that this date of his speaks English. Hopefully we can find her. Because we looked, and very clearly she wasn't at either pond. Maybe there's another pond that, you know, we don't know about. So let's go the other way this time. Let's take the upper right path. What an impressive domed building. I wonder what it's for. Well, I don't know. Looks like some sort of mausoleum or something. It's an odd building. There's some sort of bust figure across the way. Maybe it used to be a greenhouse or something. So if you want to, you can right-click on the shadowy alcove and you'll have a look. But he can't really tell what it is. So that's optional, but you get an achievement for doing that, and you also get an achievement for speaking to the gardener. I'm not sure if talking to the gardener is mandatory, but I always talk to him anyways. Alright, so there's a pile of pigeons over here to the left. It's a pigeon feeding frenzy. Weird. So we'll do something with those pigeons later. We're going to go south another screen again. I don't know why I can't talk today. And we get a fork in the road here. Going to the right is going to lead us back to an area we've already been to, so let's go ahead and go north. There's a building up ahead. Yes, thank you, Captain Off. Yes, we can all see that. Alright, so here are the other two statues that we can look at for another achievement. It's a statue of some sort of Roman or Greek god holding a swath of bandages. And this one here, a statue of some sort of Roman god. He's missing his head. And you'll notice that there are some pipes in the bottom of these statues, which is going to come into handy a little bit later. Peering through the glass doors, I can see absolutely nothing, just a bare room. This is a beautiful park, but there really doesn't seem to be a whole lot going on here, so that's kind of unfortunate. But we've done all that we can do on this screen, so let's continue onwards. We can go to the right again. And we've got this little area here with some graffiti. There's really not a lot we can do here right now. So we can go ahead and just keep heading to the right towards another exit. I heard a noise over by the building. I should check it out. And then this is sort of going to be the last area in the park on this screen here. Doesn't seem to be anyone here. And if you've gone to every single screen in the park, you should get an achievement at this point. So there is a door here, but it looks like it's locked. We can go up to it and examine it, though, if we want to. Hello? Hello? Door is locked. Alright. So, we are having absolutely no luck in finding our date. I'm starting to think maybe she's stood us up, which is rather unfortunate, because this fella here seemed pretty intent on meeting her. And he's really going the extra mile to try and find her, so it's kind of unfortunate. What we need to do, believe it or not, in order to make more progress is we need to go back to the duck pond where the first duck pond that we saw, I should clarify, not the one with the gardener. So, let's see. I think if I go south, a screen, I should be able to get back there. Yeah, okay, so this is the statue. First statue we examined, and if we just keep backtracking, we should be able to get back to the duck pond, which is over here on the left. It's not time for a dip. Well, that's rather unfortunate, isn't it? For some reason, the duck isn't here, which I'm shocked about because normally it would be. And it might be just because we missed this first screen, because now he said he's explored the whole park. Have I been stood up? Just my luck. No, I can't always be so negative. Okay, she'll turn up. I just need to keep looking and be patient. The trams aren't too reliable. Perhaps she's just caught up in traffic. Maybe I should go back to that duck pond. So there's that prompt. After getting that prompt, you should get the Explore Everywhere achievement. And when you come back to the screen, now we can see that the two ducks are back. But no sign of Katarina. And oh my god, that poor little duckling just got totally mangled. What the hell? It's still breathing. Maybe I can help it. I feel so guilty. This wouldn't have happened if I hadn't helped it into the pond. Aw, well, you didn't know that was going to happen, buddy. It's not your fault. Go ahead and grab the handkerchief out of your inventory and use it on the duckling, as to not pick it up with our bare hands here. I'll keep him in my pocket. He seems to be breathing okay, but definitely needs some attention. I'll take him to the vet when I find Katarina. That's if she ever arrives. This is turning into a bit of a stinker. Oh, great. To top it off, I've got its blood smudged on my shirt. But I have to help the duckling. I'd feel too bad otherwise. Always a sucker for cute animals. In fact, I think I'll give him a name. So you can name the duck anything you want. I'm just gonna go with Ducky. Ah, yes, Ducky is a fine name. It's going to be okay, Ducky. I'll look after you. And then the duck will now appear in your inventory. But you can't do anything with it, so that's about it for that. So now we might be wondering, what can we do next in order to find our date? If you exit to the right, he'll hear footsteps behind him. So go back to the left to the duck pond and you'll now see that there's a box sitting on the bench. Katarina? What's this then? It's a box. It's got my name on the top. A gift from Cupid? What's she playing at? Well, I don't know. Let's have a look and see. If it has our name on it, it's for us, so. It's a balloon with a note attached. I can't see exactly where it's gone, but it seemed to be heading north. I should try and find it. I must say, this is all rather romantic. So maybe she is here after all. Maybe she really likes him and there's some big, crazy, elaborate first date she wanted to plan out or something like that. Alright, so we need to go back to the large pond. I do have the map, which I can look at. Hopefully I'm not going to get too lost trying to find my way back. I don't think I can go this way. I might actually have to just go the long way. The problem with this is I'm sort of mostly familiar with one route that kind of goes in a loop, but it's kind of a long way around, so it might just be faster for me to go the way that I know rather than to try and take a shortcut, get lost, and take even longer. There's really not that many screens. Once you've sort of wandered around the park long enough, you kind of get to know exactly where it is that you need to go. Because this is the right direction that we need to go. We just need to kind of go down past the picnic tables here, and if we recall, that's where the large pond is. And there's our note. Hey, would you look at that? The balloon landed in the pond. The gardener's gone. He's left his bag behind. There was something a bit weird about him. I can't quite put my finger on it. Oh well, not to worry. I worry too much. So he has his bag that he's left behind, but we don't want to go rifling through his things in case he could be back. However, we change our mind when you go ahead and you try and pick the balloon and the note out of the water, only to discover that it is out of reach. There is definitely an envelope attached to it. I need to reach it somehow. As stupid as it sounds, being surrounded by trees and all, I haven't seen any sticks or branches lying around. And I don't really want to start damaging trees, wouldn't want to get in trouble with the gardener. I'd like to see if I can find something else to help me before I resort to snapping trees to pieces. Alright, so after that, you can go ahead and re-examine the bag. And inside the bag, there's little packets of seeds, not much of interest, but there is a key. I'll be sure to put it back before I leave the park. Alright, so now we need to go back to that shed, which, as we recall, had the locked door. So once again, once you leave the big pond, you're going to take the upper right path and then sort of just follow this afterwards. It becomes very linear and you can make your way over to that shed. Take the northern fork here and then just continue on. It's kind of nice because the screens aren't too long to walk across, considering how much backtracking and stuff you have to do. It doesn't actually take that long to get around, considering how many screens there are to go through, and the transitions are nice and quick, so I really appreciate that. And look at that, we're already back here. Alright, so go ahead and select the key out of the inventory and use it on the door. Open sesame. I wonder what's inside. Let's have a look, shall we? There's no sign of anyone in here. It's just shelves of dusty gardening equipment and lots of manure. Very stinky manure. There's a 2-meter long telescopic hoe here. That might help me get the balloon. I'll take it. Now, I'm not one for gardening, but I've never heard of a telescopic hoe. Is that like an extended hoe? Something that's a bit longer? Or has like an extendable handle? I have no idea. I really don't know. This game sort of moves at a slow pace, but I really do want to get to the bottom of this mystery. I want to meet this girl. I want to see what she has planned for us. The pigeons are gone. And there's a stone object near where the pigeons were gathered, so we can examine that. It's a stone head. Looks like a Roman god or something. It appears to be freshly uncovered. By the pigeons? The strangest thing about it is that there is an A carved into the forehead. Is this treasure? Am I rich now? I'll ask Katerina about it when I see her. I recall she said she studied classics. I think that's probably the head for one of the statues that was missing its head. But we'll worry about that a little bit later. You do also get an achievement for picking up that head, so that's another freebie. I don't think it's important for the story, but just another additional thing. With our new and improved grabbing item, pick that out of the inventory and use it on the balloon. And we should be able to pick that right out of the water. Got it. Dear Lou, I hope you don't mind, but as you said last night that you enjoy mysteries so much, I thought we'd play this little game. I hope you like the song Katerina. Well, I do like mysteries. We talked about it last night. She was amused by my subscription to the 40 in Times. I wonder if this constitutes a normal date in Portugal. At least I know she's in the park. I've got butterflies in my stomach. But before I can see her, it seems I shall have to indulge this game of hers. Who knows? This could be great fun. Now, what does she mean when she says, "I hope you like the song"? I should take a look around, I guess. I guess we should. Alright. Before you go, leaving the screen, we'll no longer have to come back here. This is optional, of course, but we did say that we were going to put the key back. So you can go ahead and put the key back into the bag. There's no ramifications if you don't, but putting the key back will net you yet again another achievement. So now we need to go back to the screen with the two fountains. And I think it's this way. Should be just up ahead. Yes, here it is, this screen. And we can now hear music playing. This must relate to Katarina's clue. Now, where is it coming from? Ouch! Ducky bit me. That stings. The poor little guy must be getting distressed. Not long to wait, buddy, don't worry. Maybe he doesn't like the music. So if we go ahead and examine the statue that's on the right, the one that was missing its head, we'll notice that the music is much louder. And you can go ahead and examine the pipe and see a faint glint of an object. It looks like a tiny box, a music box. But we don't have any way of grabbing it, so what we need to do is go to the screen on the right with the graffiti on the wall. And there's a little contraption on the wall, and this controls the water flow in those fountains. So what you need to do is make all of the switches on the right black, and once you've done that, you can hit the green button. The mechanism will start. I need to exit out of this if I can. Maybe I'll just walk out. There we go. And then you can examine the statue again, and we can see that the music box is in the water. It's a small battery-operated music box. There is nothing remarkable about it from the outside, but I wonder what's inside. Well done on finding this clue, dear Lou. As you can see, I've lost my head for you. Come and meet me at the home of Priapus? Cute. Finally, it looks like I'm going to see her. It's rather exciting. Alright, Ducky, let's go. Although, what does she mean by the home of Priapus? Another wanderer awaits. Alright, so we are very, very close to being done with this game. What we need to do now is, once again, for like the third time, is go back to the shed where we opened up the door with the key. Wait. What's this? Another box. Well, it's a bit small for her to pop out of, so I guess it's another clue. So go ahead and examine the box. Let's see what she has in store for me now. What the hell? Jesus, it's the gardener. She's killed him. What the hell? I can't believe this. I need to get out of here. The bloody duckling bit me again. Yeah, I would say we need to get out of here. When she said, "I've lost my head for you," it wasn't her head, it was the gardener's head. So yeah, plot twists. This game has taken a horrible turn for the worst. And now all we need to do is just go back to the entrance of the park and try and leave, because obviously we're probably the ones that are gonna be next. I can hear a siren. What the hell is going on? So let's go ahead and exit to the right. Hola! The phone is off the hook and it seems like someone is on the line. Someone has been here. So if you want another achievement, you can examine the phone and try to talk to the person on the other end of the line. Hello? There's been a murder at the park. Please contact the police. And of course we don't understand what they're trying to say. I don't understand. So that seems rather pointless. Hello? They hung up? And if you try to go to any other part of the park at this point, Lou will just simply say, nope, that's not going to happen. We need to get out of here as fast as possible. So basically at this point, you're sort of boxed into going right back to the entrance. But if you've sort of done all the steps that I've done, you should actually get all of the achievements. Ah! It's the rest of the gardener. And back at the entrance here, we get the final scene. There's a cop here. Of course, we don't understand what he's saying, so I don't see this going well. I don't understand. I don't know what's going on. Do you speak English? I haven't done anything. Ah! It bit me again. Ah, he's not letting go. Wait! I'm guessing the cop probably thought that we were gonna pull out a gun. And I'm gonna guess this is something like the suspect is down. I repeat, the suspect is down, but that's just a guess. I have no idea what this is saying. It would be really interesting to find out what his dialogue is. Finally, Katerina makes her appearance. And just walks off like nothing ever happened. And then you see the little duckling follow her. So yeah, that is A Date in the Park. Very sort of interesting, slow build up, and then it just hits you with the action fast and hard, and then all of a sudden it's over. Obviously they only had a little bit of time to make this game and to put everything into it, but yeah, I played this and I was like, wow, that would be kind of a cool one-off to do on the channel. It's just kind of like an interesting sort of concept, cute little point and click. I kind of like the graphics. They're obviously not much to look at, but it has its own certain bit of charm. Easy achievements for those of you who are into that. Free, which is great. And that is it. I kind of feel bad for Lou. He seemed like a really nice guy. Seemed really excited for his date in the park. And instead he got a date with death. So that's it. There's no New Game Plus. There's really nothing else to see. It just kind of brings you back to the beginning at the start menu. And so that is it for me. Check this out on Steam if you're curious. If you want to try this out for yourself, hopefully you enjoyed. And I will see you again in another video, hopefully sometime soon.